Yo, what's up food fanatics, and welcome to another food video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than the usual. I'm going to be eating at my apartment. You see, I live on this street, and just down the road from here there's a place that does the most cheesy, meaty, spinachy puff pastries, and that's what we're going to be eating today. So join me for the video. Okay, now these desserts are called Borek, which is a multi-layered phyllo dough stuffed with cheese. It can be stuffed with potatoes, it can be stuffed with spinach or minced meat, and that's what we're going to be eating at today. As you can see, I'm somewhere very local here in Istanbul, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Okay, just got the stuff, got the goodies. I'm gonna roll up to my apartment right now, which is just down the street here, and we're gonna start devouring these babies. It's gonna be so yummy. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Let's eat. Okay, sitting here, got the bag of goodies. Let's start taking them out, and let me show you what this is all about. Well, everyone, welcome to my humble abode here in Istanbul. This is my Airbnb for the 3 months that I'm staying here. This is where all the creative juices happen for this incredible YouTube channel that's just still a baby channel. So what I have here with me today is what we like to call in Turkey Borek. It's a bunch of phyllo dough layers that are pretty much stuffed with different kinds of ingredients. Now, what I ordered today with me is spinach, we've got the cheese, and then we have the meat. You can't have a meal in Turkey without having the meat. This is gonna be so good. First thing I'm gonna dig into is the cheese one while it's still hot, while it's still crispy from the dude. It's fresh. You kind of saw them cut it up. Let's eat. I always talk too much. It's yummy. Cheese is a bit salty. It's not as crunchy as I thought it's gonna be. When you look at this, you think it's gonna be crunchy, but it's not. It has that taste of like very doughy pasta mixed with chunks of cheese, not melted cheese, chunks of cheese. It's a bit flaky. It doesn't have as much cheese as I thought it would be. Let me go in for another second bite. I want to see what it's like. Okay, second bite, much better. It had a lot more cheese. The dough is still not as crunchy as I thought it's gonna be. I thought it's gonna be flaky and crunchy, because like, take a look at this. It looks very flaky and crunchy. It's layered. The cheese inside is quite hot. It's very soft. You can kind of see it when I'm touching it. It's tender. It really does. It tastes like you're having a bowl of pasta with chunks of cheese in it, but the cheese isn't melting. And there's a lot more pasta than cheese ratio. It really tastes like that. So it feels very doughy in your mouth and kind of very like that, you know, the strands of pasta. but with cheese, and it's not that overwhelming amount of cheese, if you understand what I mean. It's quite crunchy. It's really good. It's not what I expected, I'm gonna be honest. It's yummy. It's worth a try. It's just, it disappointed a bit. I thought it's gonna be like absolutely oozing out of cheese and filled with cheese, and because I've seen the videos of it on Instagram, I thought it was gonna be like dripping with cheese and all of that. But that's not the case.
Oh, don't cry, are you?
Let's move on to the next one. Now this is filled with spinach. It feels very flaky in my hands, very yummy. It's been stuffed with spinach, and what you can see here is a lot of onions. And what's really interesting is I ordered by the portion. And look at this, this is massive. This is a massive portion. It's quite heavy, and there's a lot of borek in here for me to taste. So let's dig into the first one. I'm gonna just get a bite here, and the bite's gonna be like filled with spinach and onions. And let's see how it compares to the cheese. Okay. Interesting. Okay, here's my thoughts on this. Not as good as the cheese. It's a lot more chewy because of all the spinach in there. You taste the spinach and the onions, but not too much. It again could have done with a lot of spinach. You can see that it's stuffed with it, so they didn't skimp out on it, but the flavor just isn't there. You taste the onions you taste. It's a bit more chewy, I think, just because of maybe how this bakes once you do pop it in the oven compared to the cheese one. Again, not as flaky, oily. It has a bit of that oil. I am tasting it, but I really wish it could have done with a lot more spinach. Let's go in for another bite. Let's see. I don't want to judge too early. So I've got this bite or this bite. Let me see this one. Ooh, this one's got a lot of like spinach, as you can see. Let's dive into this one. Let's see what it's like. Same as the first bite. Could have done with more spinach. Very subtle taste. It's not very strong. I don't know if it's the spinach that they have or if it is just this type of borek. It's a very subtle taste. You taste the spinach after you chew quite a bit. It's really chewy, and I think that's because of the way the spinach is. Perhaps it made the dough a bit more soggy. It's not as flaky as the cheese one here. And then on top of that, you just don't get a lot of flavor, but you're chewing more. So it feels like it's more doughy, less crispy, and you're chewing the dough with the spinach, which is like a bit of a weird texture in general, because the spinach by nature, when it's cooked, it's a bit slimy. I hope you like that word. And then with the dough, once it's a bit more soggy, it also becomes that as well. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I've got the meat here in my hands.
That's what she said.
And I have high expectations for this. You can kind of already see the minced ground meat inside of these. You see these little like super refined cooked up meats, the ground beef in there. I don't know, is there onions with it? I can't see any onions, but let's dig in. Let's have a taste and let's see. Yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Finally. Champion. Full of flavor. Very yummy. You taste the meat. It's crunchy. You can hear the crunch when I was chewing it. You're gonna hear it in the next bites. It is absolutely filled with the meat. It makes it super yummy. And then the fact that they covered the top with just like a little bit of oil, makes it crunchy, and then the oil and the meat mixes so well. On top of that, the genius Borek master, what he did, he clearly seasoned the meat. He clearly spiced it up. It's not salty, but it's very flavorful. And it's not just from the meat, but it's from the seasoned and spiced up meat. I taste a bit of cumin, a bit of black pepper. That's about it. But it's very yummy. Guys, I want to take in a massive one, a massive bite over here. Take a look at this. I'm just gonna throw it into my mouth. Wow. I'm gonna cheat it a little bit and more. Wow. Ho ho ho, yes, wow, oh wow. The imagination that I had for how Borek tastes, this is the one that filled it. Crunchy, absolutely stuffed with meat. Look at the inside. Seasoned, flaky, tasty. There's that explosion of the meat. There's spices. I can feel my taste buds tingling. Tingling, I tell you. From the seasoned and spiced up meat. I absolutely love that. It is so freaking good. And then on top of that, the meat, I think that when it cooks within the Borek, once this is, you know, being baked, what tends to happen, in my opinion, is with the cheese, perhaps it oozes a bit of water and it didn't melt that much. With the spinach, it got a little soggy. It made, you know, the phyllo dough layers not crispy. They made them soggy. But with this one, because it's already probably cooked up meat and then they filled it with the Borek, this thing is so crispy. That's what I wanted. This is what I wanted, people. Let's go in for another bite. 2 bites. Mother effer, so freaking yummy. That's my favorite. The meat one is the best. Listen, when you are in Istanbul, if you are getting Borek, you have limited stomach real estate. Get the cheese, get the meat. Don't waste your time with the spinach. They also have a potato version. Don't waste your time with that. Get the cheese and get the meat. You cannot go wrong with that. It'll be yummy. You'll get very different tastes. It'll be flaky, it'll be crunchy, it'll be what you wanted. It will not be a disappointment like the spinach. It'll fill you. You're gonna want to eat all of this, because right now I have this spinach. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but these, they're gonna be devoured. Hit that subscribe button. I invited you into my home to feed you, to show you food. If you guys want to bite, I'm always willing to share, but hit that like button and let me know down below, did you guys like when I shot the video here at home? It definitely feels a lot more comfortable when I brought the food back here and there's no outside noise and there's no distractions and I can talk on camera, I can be loud, I can definitely be a lot more animated. And what I would say is, when you are in Istanbul, try it. It's not necessarily the most, you know, extravagant, delicious thing you're gonna have in Istanbul. Without a doubt, there's much better dishes. But all of this, around 750 grams or 1 kilo of food, pretty much costs 36 Turkish liras, which is the equivalent of $4 US. And this can feed, I'd say, 2 people easily, even possibly 3. 3 little Asian girls, they can probably like eat this and be stuffed. Yeah. 2 grown-ass men. Yeah, that's what I would say. So guys, I hope you liked today's video. I hope you enjoyed everything. I hope that you like watching me eat. I hope that you liked the fact that it's a bit of a shorter video compared to my usual ones. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one and show your boy some love. See you guys in the next video. Take care. Oh.